Last Man Stands World Champs 2017. We're live from Cape Town, South Africa for the Group A match between Singapore United Club 1 and Bengal Tayz. Well, let's have a look at the team lineups. For Singapore United, Manpreet Singh the captain, Harkirat Singh, Arivan Govindan, Ruchit Ahuja, Kaushik Balaji, Dushyant Madhavan, Kunal Kant and Chris Newton. And the starting 8 for Bengal Tayz is Abed Tamal the captain, Mohiuddin Mia, Arifur Asif. I'll get back to that. The first ball coming up. Played with soft hands. We'll get a single. So Sabit and Mohiuddin opening the innings for Bengal Tayz. So Balaji taking the new ball for Singapore United. Mohiuddin Mia just getting himself ready, taking the guard from the umpire. I have here with me my fellow commentator for this match, Wayne Grieve. As you all know, he's the founder of Last Man Stands, this beautiful format of the game. Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning, Rifat. It's great to join you for my debut commentary stint in the World Champs. How are your guys from Bangladesh settled in?
Yeah, they have done really well. Both the teams won yesterday, the first day. Especially, I think the win of Czech Republic against second 11, the ranked 5 side in the world. It was quite a good fit.
So, who are the key players in this match that we've got to look out for?
Okay, this Bengal Tayz team is not playing a Last Man Stands for a long time. They have been playing since July, since the Malaysian Open, and they were the unbeaten champion in Malaysian Open. So they're a quite good side. Plenty of young players, quite fit, and they bat up to weight. They're a very strong side. I think they'll do good.
Okay,
they'll do good.
It's different conditions here today compared to yesterday with the gale force winds.
Yeah, yesterday I was speaking to one of the captain of Bengal Tayz after the game, and he was saying there's a full toss, and he lifted his bat, but with the wind, the bat was pushed by the wind, and he missed it altogether. It was quite funny in the situation. So, end of the first over.
That's a really good start from Balaji there with the ball.
Nice start. The batsman still getting their eye in. So let's have a look at the profile of Sabit. He's just played 5 innings, 155 runs at an average of 51.67, decent strike rate of 178. He got 250s in his 5 innings. Decent bat.
So he's going to be rocketing up the world rankings in the near future. That's an incredible strike rate.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yesterday he got a 50 as well against Blooming Scorpions from South Africa.
Just push that one into the onside.
So you've seen Mia and Hussein bat. Is one of them going to come a bit harder, or they both play the same way?
I think Sabit is the more attacking batsman out of the two. Arivan sharing the new ball with Balaji. Started with the wide, better this time. So those who have joined us, I've got with me my fellow commentator for this match, Wayne Grieve, the founder of Last Man Stands, this beautiful format of the game. Good morning, Wayne. How are you doing?
Good morning, Rifat. Great to join you in the commentary box. Good to see Bengal Tigers from Bangladesh having a good start to the tournament yesterday. And can you just tell me how both the Bangladesh teams have settled in?
Yeah, they have done really well. Both the teams have won, especially Czech Republic. defeated second 11, one of the top ranked sides of LMS in the whole world. So that is a big win. So Mohiuddin Miad, the other batsman in the non-striking end, he has played 4 innings, not a healthy average or strike rate as Sabit, but he'll be looking forward to get back into the mix. Yes, and Bengal Tayz, they also won their first match in the group. They defeated Blooming Scorpions on the local side. But it was very testing conditions for the Bangladeshi teams yesterday with this wind. It's very unfamiliar. We never have this back home. So it was very testing, but they have overcame it.
Oh, that's a big shot. That could be out.
There's a chance of catch.
Oh, that's a nasty collision in the outfield.
And to add insult to the injury, it has gone for 4. I think miscommunication nobody was calling.
Yeah, I think that was mid-off's catch. I think mid-on probably is to blame for that one.
So the replay.
Oof.
Yeah, you are right. It was mid-off's catch all along.
Yeah, so yesterday gale force winds. Today the conditions are far more settled, so I think the teams in the field should find it a bit easier under the high ball. Although maybe that incident is watching Kevin bowl.
Decent start by Balaji from one end. Pitched up. Chance of a catch.
Oh! That's 2 early chances there that Singapore United have missed out on.
Yeah. I think he missed the flight of the ball completely there. He went too far. I think he didn't get it to the middle of the bat as we have seen in the replay. We'll get a single of this one.
So who's the standout player in this Bengal Tayz side?
Bengal Tayz, they have got the opener Sabit is very good. He's a very good batsman. Then Anjum JC and the captain Abed Tomal, very good bats, and a couple of very good all-rounders. Pace bowling all-rounders. Yasin Bhuya, he was the man of the match in yesterday's game. He picked up 3 for 13 in his 4 overs against the Blooming Scorpions. So they have got a very decent batting and bowling lineup. They have got 2 off spinners, 1 left-arm spinners, and 3 very good fast bowlers.
Oh, well bowled Balaji.
That was an absolute pitch. Cleaned up Sabit, a big wicket.
I think he beat him for pace there.
So slight movement in the air as well. So the first wicket down for Bengal Tayz. Sabit works back. Look at the replay.
Well, that did swing in a lot. Big in swing up.
Very good delivery. Sabit walking back, scoring 7 of 8 deliveries, bowled Balaji. The first wicket down for Bengal Tayz.
So what do you think's a good score here, Rifat? What do you think the Bangladesh boys are looking to put on the scoreboard?
Well, yesterday in testing condition, 150 looked very good. 150 looked very good. But I think the weather seemed to have settled a bit. Not so much wind as yesterday. I think they should be looking to get at least 160, 170. And the new batsman, Anjum Jesse, he played 5 innings, 101 at an average of 25.25, 138.36 strike rate. He also scored a 50 yesterday. That was his first 50 in last man stands format. Govindan continuing. We have Chris Newton, the overseas player playing for Singapore, keeping there, just filling in.
Yeah, one of the players from Singapore United weren't able to make it, so they drafted in Chris Newton as the overseas player. Chris was struggling this morning with the early morning warm-up, an hour and 15 minutes before the game, which is unfamiliar territory for him.
But he's keeping now. Anjum Jesse, I think he's trying, helping Chris put on his helmet.
So this is a good start by Singapore United. Very tidy bowling from Balaji and Govindon. And I think from here Bengal Tayz will be looking to get 60-70 by the turn we've had.
As I was saying that, I mean, today's weather seems to be much better. They should be looking at least 160, 170. They have the batting, they have the batsmen to achieve that, definitely. The keeper standing up now.
But in terms of tactics, do you think they're looking to keep wickets in hand, or do they have players down the order that like to come harder? The first 10 overs, what do you think they're looking to get on off the first 10?
They're top order batsmen, like the top 4. They are mostly who nudge around, get the odd boundaries, but the big hitters of these, I mean of Bengal Tayz, they usually come down.
Oh, that's sharp work by Newton behind the stumps there.
Yes. The batsman just got his feet back on time.
Oh, it's another one that goes down.
Mohiuddin Mia riding his luck there, dropped twice at the same, by the same fielder at the same position. He's certainly not middling it. I think the right strategy should be get some singles, nudge it around, and then when he's settled, he can go for this.
So if you tell me a bit more about Bengal Tayz, where about in Bangladesh are they from?
They're from Dhaka, the capital city. Both the teams who are playing, both are from Dhaka, the capital. And most of them in this team are friends who have been playing together, not in last man's stands, in other format of cricket. They are from Dhanmondi, we call it. It's a region in Dhaka. That's where they are based from. Balaji continuing his third over of his spell. Captain putting a lot of faith on him. Maybe trying to get another breakthrough.
Yeah, I think they might bowl him through here. It's worth. They've got Bengal under pressure, so I think it's worth bowling 4 overs on the trot here.
I think that's plumb. Oh no! That looked very close from up here.
I think it looked a little bit high for my liking.
Yeah,
see,
maybe.
look at the replay, maybe.
But so Kaushik Balaji bowled 67 overs, took 18 wickets. Very good average, 17.33, and 4.64 economy in last man stands format is something you don't usually see. So that's very good, and we can see why he's got such a good average and economy.
You hardly see ever bowlers going for lesser run a ball in this format. It's going to be interesting to see how the wicket holds up. There's been a lot of heat in Cape Town. For those of you that don't know, there's a drought on at the moment, so expect the wicket over the next few days to deteriorate before they move to a new strip.
Do you think it will be better for the spinners then if pitch another chance and caught this time?
Third time lucky.
Chance of
a double play.
Just get back on time. Non-striker was ball watching. Third time lucky for the fielder. I think it was Kunal Kant who took the catch. It was there to be hit. That one also popped out.
A little bobble, a little ice cream cone before he got it back in for the double play.
So two openers back in the hut for Bengal Tayz. Not the start they would have liked. Seem to be limping a bit.
Bengal Tayz definitely come into this game as the favourites. Singapore United struggled in their game yesterday, but as we know, anything can happen in last man stand, and they've made a really good start. Yeah,
Moin got out for 11. So they're continuing with the other opening bowler as well. So the captain is now in the crease. Abed Thamal is a very good batsman. Special innings by him during the Cox's Bazar Open, and here they are playing against the legends of Bangladesh team, which had all the ex-Bangladeshi international, and he played a memorable innings of 84 of 32 balls against them, and including a 6 of the last ball, 12. So that's the best score. He had 84. So he played 11 innings, 306 runs at an average of 38.25, 184.34 strike rate. And in that game, they needed 10 of the last ball, and one of the legendary Bangladeshi fast bowler Manjurul Islam was bowling, and he hit him for a 6 over the long one, and went on to wild celebration.
So it sounds like he likes the big occasion. His team's under pressure he had today, so I think he's going to need to have a calm head and rebuild from here before trying to go hard in the last 5 overs.
That's right.
Another catch opportunity. Oh, that's 6. That's a clean strike.
That came off the middle, which the openers was struggling to do.
I think that's the first wide of the morning. Or
Yes.
maybe the second.
I think the second wide. Govindam bowled wide in his first ball of his spell.
I think the bowlers are finding it a lot easier than yesterday with the winning condition from yesterday. Oh. Commentators cursed there. We jinxed him.
Big wide this time. Not the. I think Jesse should have just left it for another 3. He got 2.
Yeah, I think that was going for wide. It's good fielding from Manny in the outfield there.
Yes. He's the captain. And also something to speak about Manpreet Singh. He's been selected as the captain for LMS Singapore team to play in the last man stand World Series, the first ever World Series. And do you want to say something about that, Wayne?
Yes, so we can have 12 countries that taking part in this event next year in England, in the beautiful city of Chester. And Singapore are one of the teams involved. And it's good to see Manny here showing some of his skills. So that event's in August next year, and there's 2 groups of 6, and there'll be a few ex-internationals playing for various sides. Just pushed out onto the offside. We've already selected the 12 captains have already been selected.
Any big names out there? Any LMS legends captaining any country?
Yes, there's been guys that have been playing for 10 years. Nick Darby Welsh from England, he's been playing last man standing since 2008.
Yeah, I know Nick is a very good player.
And then we've got Sam Lang, who has had more Man of the Match awards than any other player in Last Man Stand's history. He's going to be taking part in the event. He's going to be captaining the Australian side.
So 2 legends captaining for their country. So England and Australia, are they in the same group?
Yes, they're in the same group.
So that should be a big clash.
That'll be, I think, the second biggest clash behind Pakistan-India.
So are India and Pakistan in the same group as well?
Same group.
Very interesting. So India and Pakistan not started very long in LMS in those countries. How is it going in subcontinent now?
Oh, it's pushed over. Oh, the fielder just creeping off the boundary there. I think he should have been all the way on the boundary there. Yes, it's been a really good start. Pakistan started 2-3 years ago, and Asir and Tamur have been doing a fantastic job growing the brand. There's leagues in Lahore, and they just about to start in a few other cities, and the interest has been fantastic. There's been at least 500 games played in the last year there.
That's incredible. And how is it going in India?
So India, we've started in Gurgaon, Bangalore. We've started a league in Coimbatore. There's a few other cities about to start in January.
That's very good. So the new bowler, the first change in bowling attack. So Kaushik Balaji finished his 4-over spell, just going for 15 runs and tweaking the 2 openers. Very good bowling by Kaushik Balaji, and Arivan Govindan is a bit slightly expensive, went for 26 in 3 overs.
Yeah, that was a fantastic spell by Balaji. He's got his team ahead of the game here.
That's right. Very good shot.
I think it's good tactics by Singapore United. Manny's a very good spinner, and I think in the second 10 overs he's going to be bowling and forcing the guys to be hitting to the bigger boundary. So I'm looking at this wicket, I think 150 is par score, and at the moment they're looking at about 10-15 short of that target.
Let's see. They need a partnership, Bengal Tayz, and if if they can get the big hitters coming in at 14-15 overs.
So we're looking at Singh's got decent figures there for a guy that just started playing last man stands. So it looks like Jesse's just going to play the supporting role here and try and bat through.
Yeah, someone needs to. It's in the gap, we'll get a couple. over from the fielding side.
Yeah, the mid-on should have been coming off the ropes and backing up. It's been a good start by Singapore United, but they need to keep the concentration going because Tomal is a big hitter, and if they get any chances, they've got to make sure they take it. You don't want to be giving Tomal a second chance.
Yeah, Jesse's getting the singles and the twos, so a good potential good partnership in the making. Just having some drinks. So after the end of 8 overs, Bengal Tayz 53 for 2. They've lost their two openers, Sabit Hossain and Mohiuddin Mia, both got out by Balaji. And the captain now in the middle, Thomas, unbeaten on 16, batting with Anjum Jesse. So the captain of Singapore United just brought himself to attack. Manpreet Singh, Mani. Short pitch. Thomas won't miss those.
I think Manny will be a bit disappointed with his start there. He's a really good bowler. He's just pushed that one down leg side.
That was short. Outside the leg stump. Thomas is playing very confidently. 20 of 8 balls.
I think this is going to be an interesting battle.
Between two captains. So captain to captain. Very nice shot. In the gaps, we'll get a couple.
I think that's a better line by Manny. I think the third man should be a bit squarer there. Are they correct in the field now? I think that's a better field setting.
Manpreet's stats: 22 wickets in 73 overs at an average of 20.5, 6.1 in economy. That's very good for someone who have just started playing last man stands. He gets a wicket every 3.5 overs, so that's very good.
Yeah, he's got good variety. I think he's even got a dusha.
Single overs.
Oh.
Was that a chance? Or that a bumped one? We'll have to look at the replay.
I think that was a drop catch.
Certainly will go down as a drop. So end of the 9th over, 64-2.
There's just a bit of a rebuilding phase for Bengal Tayz. So it's another spinner coming on, Kurti.
Yes, he bowled a 1 over.
So correction.
So second over, he went for 11 in his first one. Get hit for a 6 by Thomal.
Oh.
Sort of a wild heave, didn't get rid of the middle. Pick outside edge. No one in. He'll take the 4. Getting his score up to 27 from 13 with that 4. Beautiful condition out there today. Oh, he has cleaned that. That went back miles.
That's in the Rhonda Bosch school field there. For those that don't know, Rondebosch School, we're using a few of their grounds for this tournament, and it's a really good school with great facilities. And that last shot, I think's gone on to Rondebosch second field there.
That went at least 10 meters back. Clean hit by Tamal. He's on 33 of 14. Very good batting. Manpreet, sorry.
Yeah,
Kirti Singh. So two Singhs bowling. So Kirti Singh is going for a few in this over. Again.
Oh,
This is gone.
That's a new ball required, I think.
That's even bigger. Over the cow corner for a maximum.
I think Tamal's sensing an opportunity to come after Kirti here. I think Kirti's the fourth or fifth bowler, and Tamal's realising before the turn, a good opportunity to target the short boundary.
Very good shot by Tamal. Sensible this time from Tamal again. And so good delivery for single. So Tamal should try to get to his 50, and that will give the other batsman of his team a lot of courage and faith to play without any fear, knowing their captain is waiting out in the dugout.
Yeah, well, look at the strike rates there. You can definitely see the tactics from Bengal Tayz. Jesse's clearly there just to push it around and get Tamal back on strike. It was looking like they were going to turn after 10 overs for around 60 runs, but the knock from Tamal has been a significant one, and it's certainly got them to a healthy score at the halfway mark. We're looking at potentially 160, 170 now.
So let's have a look at the bowling card as well. Balaji, the standout bowler so far for Singapore United Club 1, picking up both the wickets and finishing his 4 overs spell, going for just 15 runs. And the other bowlers not so successful as him. So 77 at this rate, they will get to 154.
I think this is going to be quite an exciting over here. I think something's going to give here. Manny's an experienced bowler, good skills, I think. And Tamal's not looking to hold back. He's looking to get to 50 as quickly as possible. So I think this over, something's going to happen. It's either going to be a 6 or caught in the boundary.
Let's see. Captain to captain, round 2.
Oh, neither of the above.
So captain to captain, round 2. The first round, I think Tamal, can give it to Tamal. Let's see.
There we go. Yes, caught in the boundary.
Catch, Kunal.
Yes, good catch.
Yeah,
That's the longer boundary there. That's the longer boundary. I think this is what Singapore are looking to do. Get their best bowler, best spinner, getting the Bengal guys to hit into the long boundary. That's not going to be an easy one to clear the ropes out here on this side today.
So very good tactics by Singapore United. And so Mani has the last laugh between the battle of two captains. You were right.
I was one ball too late.
Yeah. So Tamal, nevertheless, a very fine innings from the captain of Bengal Tayz, scoring 40 of just 18 deliveries. Certainly got the scoreboard ticking, and the other batsmen in his team certainly have something now to.
I think he's taken the pressure off Jesse, allows Jesse just to carry on playing the same way he's been playing. He doesn't have to do anything different.
Yasin Bhuya, 6 innings, 258, average 64.5, 176.71. So it's a very good stats, and he's a very good bowler. There's strike bowler as well. So probably someone who will be in contention for the best all-rounder for the World Series team. Yeah, can you go take us through a bit with the selection process of the World Series team?
There's slightly different selection process in each country, but what we wanting to do is ensure that, as we watch Manny coming to bowl. Oh, I think that's the one that goes the other way.
That's the Dusra.
That's the one that goes the other way. So yeah, we're looking to ensure that guys that have been playing last man stands for a longer period of time in their country get looked into. Oh, that's a great ball. That's definitely gone the other way.
I think the batsman was complaining someone walking in front of the side screen. Yeah, so any particular selection criteria, I mean, that will take place from the world champs?
Yeah, so one of the categories of selection is by the world champs, and for all the countries that are represented at this tournament, one player will be selected to go and represent their country in England. That's going to be the best all-rounder, and that's based on the LMS website. So the system will tell us for each nationality who's the highest ranked all-rounder, and they'll be awarded with a cap for their country at the closing ceremony, and they'll be on a flight to Chester in England next year. So it's a very exciting opportunity for the guys, not only to try and become world champions, but there's some personal goals and aspirations as well.
Definitely. So the new bowler Kunal Kant is coming on to attack.
So what do you think? Is Jesse going to carry on knocking it around, or does he have a shift in gear?
I think he... let's see, I mean, what can be there? Yasin is a big hitter of the ball. Maybe Jesse will continue what he's doing, letting Yasin free his arms. Fielding there by Govindan. Kunal doing a very good job in Singapore.
Yeah, Kunal's he's actually playing as well. He's looks to be a handy leg spinner.
These two sides met once before in Malaysian Open. So some of these guys will know each other very well.
Have they played against each other?
Yeah, they were in the same group in the Malaysian Open.
Okay, and how did that game finish?
Very well for Bengal Tayz. They won by huge margin in that one.
It's a great shot by Jesse. And it's quality fielding by Manny.
Easy two there.
That's good cricket all round. So Singapore United will be looking for some revenge here.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the quicker one. Good arm ball.
It's going down leg, slightly ambitious from Kunal there. So one leg by. So 84 after 12.
I think Singapore United got the tactics spot on here. Bowling the quicker bowlers from the end with the shorter boundary on the square leg side. And now I think we're going to see a lot of spin in the second half here.
Yeah, very fine strategy by them.
So Manny's bowled two. He's got 2 overs left. I think he'll probably bowl one more here and then maybe save himself for the 18th or 19th or 20th over.
So, Ruchi Tahuja feeling deep point.
Yes, some Bruce.
Yeah, why don't you commentate?
Yeah.
Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me.
In the slips, right?
There's chance of a catch. That can prove to be very costly for Bengal, as for Singapore United.
They bowled very well, they just haven't been backed up in the field. It's the fourth catch that's gone down.
Had those catches been taken, the story would be different from what it is now. Another one, chance of another catch. This time taken.
Oh, there we go. So Jesse looked to change his tactics slightly. I think he got a signal maybe from the captain to try and pick up the strike rate. I'm not sure if that is necessary just yet, because wickets in hand could become an issue. But you know the batting better than I do. If it's a house 6, 7 and 8.
Yeah, now the big hitters comes in now. So the two batsmen, Niloy Mahbub is the new batsman. So Niloy and Yasin are probably the biggest hitters of the ball in this team. So if these two can get going, Singapore definitely needs to get them out as soon as they can, otherwise this can go out of their way.
I think it might be possibly a little bit early to go all systems. Yeah, I think you need to maybe push it around for the next 2-3 overs, because there's also the chance that they could be bowled out trying to get 170. I think,
Yeah.
or to make sure you at least get 140.
Having a look at the dugout, Arifur Asif is getting ready. He'll be the next man in.
You look to be left-handed, is that right?
Yeah, that's
So that could be an advantage for the last 5 overs heading to the shorter boundary.
he played a fine innings in the final of the Malaysian Open. The left-handed Arifur Asif. He was the last man batting and got his side's very valuable 30 runs batting on his own, which proved to be the difference in the final. Niloy Mahbub. Bengal Tayz will be looking forward to these two, and they'll be praying that these two can bat as long as possible, at least until the 18th or 19th over. First ball, Niloy facing and
Just cleared him.
Just cleared him. So that's the first ball Niloy faced, and that's been hit for a maximum over the head of long off.
He's clearly been told he's got a license to go hard from ball one. Yeah. He's
Another decent all-rounder in this side, both medium pace. So we're seeing Ruchi Tahuja, the youngest member of the side. Very enthusiastic, very passionate, and I should say very brave as well.
Yeah, I think he just adjusted his length on that ball. The first one was maybe a bit full, but that one was just back of a length.
He's not very old.
That's well bowled, very well bowled.
That was an absolute gem of a delivery.
A good comeback from Ajuja.
Ruchi Tahuja. He's only 16. Ruchit. Will only be a single. So very good comeback by Ruchit after getting hit for a 6 in his first ball. That will be the 14th over. 96 for 4 after 14. 6 overs to go. Bengal Tayz winning the toss, deciding to bat first.
सेट कर ली उसको ये कवर के ऊपर मार के ट्राई करेगा
Chance of a catch, just out of his reach. One drop before it goes past the boundary. Wide. Another chance in the previous ball. A slightly difficult one.
This chance a hard one again. Yes, Curtis taken that one. I think all of the fielders have had a second chance to redeem themselves.
Yes, that's right. Very good catch by Kirti there. So Bengal Tayz in slight trouble, one can say. Arifur Asif, new batsman in.
As I said earlier, they potentially running the risk of getting bowled out for 120, trying to go chase 180. I think they should be pushing it around for a few overs now. Wickets in hand could be an issue.
The big boundary is certainly, they have Singapore United, they have certainly used the big boundaries well, especially their spinners.
Yeah, I think the left-hander could be the key here because he's going to be hitting with the spin to the shorter boundary now. And clever bowling from Kunal, just pushing a straight one there. Bit of the arm ball.
Asif, the new batsman. Definitely pitched outside leg stump.
Another ambitious appeal from Kunal.
So Asif played 10 innings in last month's stand, 160 runs at an average of 26.67. Strike rate, decent strike rate of 140. Yet to get a 50. He's usually bats low down in the order.
Oh, sharp work behind the stumps by Newton.
I think there's a slight turn as well. Very good bowling. I think the spinners have done an extremely great job for Singapore United.
Yeah, their tactics have been spot on. Their fielding has let them down at times, but the bowling and the captaincy has been superb. I think on the contrary, Bengal Tayz have maybe misread this. In my view, I think they were probably aiming for too many 4s and 6s, where I think they've got a good score on the board. They don't really need to be coming that hard. I think 140 could be competitive, yeah.
Yeah, they should be looking for at least 140 from now. From this stage, 8 and over will get them to 140, 10 and over will get them to 150.
Yeah, I think a few overs ago they were potentially looking for 160, 170. I don't think that potentially was needed. I think the most important thing is to get runs on the board and make sure they give themselves a chance.
Mani will bowl himself out. I think he's right to bring himself in with the left-hander coming in.
Yeah, turning away from the bat, making sure that the shorter boundaries taken out of the play away a little bit. I've been impressed with Mani's captaincy. I can see why he's been selected as the captain for the Singapore side in the World Series. He's got everything spot on. Oh, unlucky there.
trying to misstep his dive. So let's see. Beautiful sky. It's very clear sky today. The sun has come out earlier than yesterday.
It's a really, really good spell of bowling for Manny here.
This is absolutely brilliant.
A lot of variety in his armour.
So when from the first days of play, which sides look like they will go far in the tournament? Have you watched the matches in other fields?
First day is always gives you an indication, but it's hard to say for sure because a lot of different factors come into the tournament. Some of the teams that look very good on day one have maybe a big night on day one and don't look as good on day two. But I think the standout side so far looks to be Vanora from Sri Lanka. They really look like they're going to be a tough team to beat. Rebels, good side. Ranked Tanks, number one ranked side in the world.
Tanks Plumbing.
Tanks Plumbing, sorry.
Frank's Tanks is.
Frank's Tanks is from London.
Yeah, there's also a very good South African side.
I got the Tanks bit wrong.
I remember them very well, this side. So yeah, Tanks Plumbing, they're in the same group as Bengal Tayz and Singapore United. Tanks Plumbing defeating Singapore United yesterday by 100. I think they defeated them by 107 runs, so big win.
And who's the other team in this group?
The other teams in turn is Blooming Scorpions on the local side. They lost against Bengal Tayz yesterday. Are they from Cape Town? Blooming Scorpions?
Bloom Scorpions?
Yep.
No, from Bloemfontein.
Bloemfontein. Okay.
Bloom is the short term for Bloemfontein.
Okay. Thanks for sharing the knowledge with me. So this is my first time in South Africa, not so much.
Well, I might be incorrect. They could be from Cape Town, but it wouldn't be the cleverest name to call yourselves the the Bloom Rebels. We've got another team called the Bloom Rebels as well, but they were in the last World Champs in Barbados.
So the Tanks Plumbing, they're the country number one side of the world. How are they like? Very good bowling unit or batting unit?
I haven't seen much of them. Play. I know they've got a lot of good all-rounders. But I think this game actually could be, the team playing for second spot based on the results so far. Although Bengal Tayz haven't played them, I think, judging from what I've seen, they're going to be a very, very hard side to beat. And I think the winner of this game, in my view, should finish second in the group.
I mean, Bengal Tayz might have some say on that when they'll be facing Tanks Plumbing. Certainly didn't have a great day with the bat, rather other than Thomas. But that game can be interesting between Tanks and Bengal Tayz. Very good work out there by Govindan. 3 run by the batsman.
The good run from Newton, but in the end it was a bit irrelevant. He was out sprinted by the square leg. So Curtis come back on. Curtis struggled in his first spell, so Curtis Singh 2 overs, 0 for 28, so I think this could be a key period for Bengal Tayz. They might be looking to target him here.
Didn't get rid of the middle of the bat, thick inside edge. I think he was targeting mid wicket.
So who do you think's the happier of the two teams at this point?
I think definitely Singapore United. As I was saying, they played each other before in the Malaysian Open, and that game was very one-sided. And Singapore United must be very happy with their efforts, especially in the second part of the innings. That's the last 7 or 8 overs. Bengal Tayz was 77 for after 10, so they were definitely looking at least 160.
Well, that's a great shot.
Very good shot. Long on, had no chance stopping that. Very welcome boundary. I think that came after quite a.
Yeah, I think there has been a boundary for at least 2-3 overs there, so that was very much needed.
I think Nila hit the last boundary before he got out. Two more overs after this, 11 balls to go.
So of the two Bangladesh sides, who would you say is the stronger?
Well, Bengal Tayz got their full strength side coming into Cape Town, but Czech Republic is the number 2 ranked side of the country. They have a very, very good team, but unfortunately some of their guys, key members couldn't travel. But they still have the number 1, 2 and 3 ranked batsmen of the country in their team. So they've got a very strong batting unit. Bowling, they're probably one bowler short, but they still have a very good bowling lineup, and they are more experienced than the Bengal Tayz in this format. A few of their guys playing over 50 matches, and the captain of Bangladesh team in World Series, he is also playing for this team.
Oh, that's a great effort out there.
Yeah, it was a brilliant effort, but just had enough legs.
That's the advantage of having a left-hander in your lineup.
The
Shorter boundaries on that side of the field brings it into play for the left-hander. Good awareness there from mid-off, coming off the ropes and preventing an overthrow.
So what do you think? 7 balls to go. What it will end up?
I'm going 143 from here.
143?
Yeah.
Very specific.
Newton's done a good job behind the stumps.
Yeah, he's been very sharp. You know, I mean, he didn't miss any so far. He's very quick to take off the bails whenever he gets a chance. Does he keep? Usually a keeper.
Yeah, he's a keeper.
That's
a great shot over mid-off.
That's gone over the head of long off for maximum.
I think that's the shot of the innings so far. Just kept his shape, didn't try and overhit it.
He just middled it.
Long levers.
This is a very good shot. I think so. They got 2 sixes in this over. One more chance of a catch. No, it's short. You get 2.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's so high.
Do you think he was running in front of the stumps on purpose there, Viva?
I'm not sure, because he was running from another. It came from another angle. I don't think it was intentional. It was purely coincidental. A big over for Bengal Tayz, nevertheless. 16 runs of this over.
I'm still going with 143 here.
I just think they will cross 150.
Okay.
Let's see. 151 is my call.
Okay, so who have we got coming onto bowl there now?
I think Govindan, the opening bowler, experienced campaigner, senior campaigner this side.
I think the key is going to be the left-hander here, definitely.
Yeah, he went for 26 in 3 overs. Bit surprised with Ruchit Ahuja getting to bowl only 1 over. I thought he was quite good after getting hit for 6. He bowled brilliantly for the rest of the over.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Just first ball went the distance, but after that he showed some good composure.
That Oh, very good.
Oh, but he's still done.
That's 4.
Yeah, it was 4. Just caught the edge of his boot and then just clipped the rope.
To the back. I think yeah, I think that's a 4. I think they just call 1.
No, they've given it 4. Oh,
No, Asif.
no, that was definitely 4. It's a bit naughty from the building team. They should have owned up to that one.
बैकअप नहीं है
So 3 more to go.
तो जा मत देना मारेगा लेग पे ऑप्शन वाइड कवर्ड रहे फिर कवर्ड रहे
I think the 12 can make a big difference in this game. The last ball. Very good bowling by Govind.
Yeah, he just saw him coming and pushed it into the pads. Didn't give him any room to free his arms.
Very experienced.
So where do you think this one's going? I'm thinking he's going to try and hit him to shorter boundary mid-off. He's going to be targeting mid-off again, yeah. Oh, no. That's a long boundary. It's not going to make it. It's a really tough hitting into the wind to this long boundary. If you want to try and get the home run, I think he's going to have to go straight or mid-off.
Yeah, last ball. I think 12 will make a big difference.
Just trying to overhit that.
Very good delivery. Oh, when you are spot on, 143.
I got a bit lucky there because I think there was a 4 off the fielder's boot there, but
Yeah.
I think the fielders should have. Maybe he didn't see that, to be fair, because it hit his foot. Maybe he wasn't aware, but
I think he just saw the ball where it stopped.
yeah.
I think after hitting the rope, it just came in. So nevertheless, a very good effort by Singapore United, restricting Bengal Tayz under 150. They should be really happy with their bowling effort, and the batsmen, they definitely will feel they definitely have a chance.
I think that's an even game. I think 140, 150 is par. It's not the wickets starting to be a little bit inconsistent. The bowlers don't have to try and do too much with the ball. I think the wicket's got a lot of variety in it in terms of the odd ball keeps a bit low, the odd one's getting a bit slow. So I don't think they should be too unhappy with 142. I think as the tournament goes on, the scores will come down slightly.
So let's have a look at the batting scorecard. Sabit Hossain 7, bowled Balaji of 8 balls. Mohiuddin Mia caught Kunal Khan, bowled Balaji 11 of 14 balls. Anjum JC caught Harpreet Singh, bowled Marvinder Singh. Manpreet Singh 23 of 22. Abed Tomal caught Kunal Khan, bowled Manpreet Singh 40 of 18. That was the standout.
That was the key knock. If it wasn't for that, I think they could have been only have been 120 on the board. So
Very well done by the captain. Yasin Bhuyan struggled out there. I felt he scored 23 of 20 by his standards. And Niloy Mahbub 13 of 7 and Arifur Asif 19 of 16. Decent partnership in the end. I mean, maybe they will feel like maybe 15-20 short.
yeah, I don't know. I think all the batsmen struggled up there. It's not an easy wicket to come in and clear the boundary straight away. So I think this is a good knock by Tomal.
And I mean, Singapore United bowlers bowled really well in the last 10, only going for 55. So 77 in the first 10 and only 65 in the next 10. So that's a very good job. So Kaushik Balaji was the pick of the bowlers for Singapore United.
Oh, and Manpreet Singh. Between the two of them, there was really.
Yeah.
I mean, they only went
So
for
both of
29 in the 8 overs.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So Kaushik Balaji and Manpreet taking 2 wickets each and going for 15 and 14 respectively. The other bowlers, Harkirat Singh was very expensive. Arivan Govindan was slightly expensive in the first 3 overs, but bowled a very good last over. And Kunal Khan
We'll just need to wait and see what
done a decent job as well, going for just 27 in 4 overs. So Bengal Tayz winning the toss, batting first, have scored 142 after 20 overs.
No,
Singapore United need 143 to win. We'll be back shortly with the chase of Singapore United.
It's just obviously in the first one, Seth made the request that they did start from there, but. Yeah, it's much better. I think if I were to choose an end, if I was a captain, I would choose to bowl first from my end. I'm alright just now. I definitely think, like, instead of taking a full game off, taking an innings, because lunch will probably only be available in instead of taking a full game off at a time, if that was the plan, I think it would be better to take an innings off times two, so that we all get a break from the visibility. That makes sense. But I noticed the essentially came back too early yesterday. Because an innings is effectively basically just an entire side to the is coming up in hand. So you're on, Steve. I'm just going to cover down the monitor and wire behind it. I'm going to try and move it relatively wide this time.
Welcome back to the chase of Singapore United. They need 143 to win against Bengal Tayz in the Pool A match of Last Man Stands World Champs 2017. Bengal Tayz winning the toss, batting first, score 142. They'll feel like they have scored at least 20 runs less than what they would have liked. Singapore United doing a very good job with the ball, especially in the last 10 overs. So the opening bowler for Bengal Tayz, Niloy Mahbub, will take the new ball. The two openers out in the middle. The skipper Manpreet Singh, he'll take the strike, and in the non-striking end is Kunal Khan. 143 to win for Singapore United. I believe they have batsmen who feel like suddenly got a game in their hands. First, medium first, wicket. Manpreet Singh, the captain, is on strike. 143 to win.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, sorry, I was struggling with this.
Good delivery. Wide across the leg. Really very good bowler. It's very close, probably slightly going down the leg. Very good swing, very good swinging delivery. In the air. Look at the replay. That definitely came in. Still would have taken it away from the leg stump. Very good call by the umpire.
Yes, sir.
Bowler trying to get up his own bowling. Good effort there, but very good delivery. It's a very good first over. After the end of first over, Singapore United 4 without any loss. Singh, played 20 innings in his career. Not out on 5 occasions, 782 runs at a healthy average of 52.13 and decent strike rate. Very good strike rate, to be honest. It's at 187.53, career base of 75. He got 950s in his 20 innings. And allow the batsman to go for a double. Periscope shot there. Kunal Khan played 12 innings, not out on 2 occasions, 131 runs. Yes, it came on the middle of the bat. Cut it. Batsman taking a double in the meeting. Without swinging this time. Those who have just joined us, we are live from Cape Town for the Last Man World Championship 2017. The match between Bengal Tayz from Bangladesh and Singapore United from Singapore. Pool A, both of the teams playing their second match of the tournament. Bengal Tayz was successfully started the first match, defeating the local side Blooming Scorpions, whereas Singapore United lost the #1 ranked side of the world, Thanks Plumbing. We'll look to make some noise here. We should feel they definitely get a big shot in this one. So end of the second over, 9 for no loss, Singapore United. Neela Mahbub, 14 wickets in his last man stands career, very decent average of 22.14, 7.67 the economy. Another off swinger. Welcome back, Wayne, to the com box.
Thank you, Ifat.
Chance of a run out. Big dive by Kunal, but luckily for him, the keeper missed it. It's very close from up here. Should have been interesting had it hit the stumps.
I think Manny Singh's the key player for Singapore United. Really good all-rounder, and he'll be needing to get a 50 here. Yeah, I think the first 10 don't need to be 80-90, I think 60-70 in the game.
But then again, you know, the next 10 overs, the longer boundary on the leg side, and Bengal Tayz got 3 spinners who will be definitely bowling at least 10 overs between them. So that can be crucial as well. They have to keep that in mind. You have seen Bengal Tayz not getting as many runs than the last 10 with the long boundary on the leg side.
You correctly, you just must be careful, because the Singapore guys are listening to your commentary. They might now send in a pinch hitter to go hard in the first 10 years. You maybe don't want to give all the secrets away from the Bangladesh sides.
No, as I said before, they know them very well. They have played them before. They know their strength. It's basically exactly the same team who played against them.
Oh, was he done an injury? What happened?
Twisted his ankle or something.
Well, it looks like he's got cramp more than anything. What do you think?
Very good average. 12.86. Bowling average is very good. Economy 5. Very good all-rounder.
So we've just got a delay here. Who's that's just gone down there? I think it's cramp more than anything. Oh no, I think he's pulled the muscle. It looks like there's going to have to be a replacement. Do they have a 9th man on tour?
They have 9 players
Okay.
on the team, so the 9th man will definitely come in handy. Yeah, I saw him being strapped in the morning when we were getting out from the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, so something maybe.
So it's carrying an injury into the game. So
This is knee. See, you can see there's strapped around his shin, I think, not knee. Injury.
does the 9th player have his own kit, or is he going to have to swap kit?
No, he's got his own kit.
Okay.
So Muktasir Tushar, the number 12.
Did he play in the first game?
No, he hasn't played any match so far.
So that's a good opportunity for him to try and get himself into the starting lineup. Impress the captain with some enthusiastic fielding.
Yeah, definitely.
That's good cricket all round.
I was saying very cautious start by the openers of Singapore United, not attempting any big shots in the early overs to get their eye in.
I think they can afford to do that, chasing 140, only 7 and over. You don't want to be 20 for 2 in the first 5 overs, so I think the key is to try and get to 6 overs with no wickets down. Not exactly where he is looking to hit it, but they'll take them.
4 added to the scoreboard.
So I think what it looks like is going to happen here, Kunal's going to, I think, be the guy that's going to try and play a few shots, and I think Manny's just going to push it around. He's the experienced and senior batsman. Do you think this is a deliberate tactic to bowl short?
I think so. Kunal, although he got a 4, in the previous one he was not in control of the shot. Could have gone anywhere, could have gone straight up. And luckily for him it went over the head of the keeper. Yes, and very tall.
Yeah, a bit fuller too many. I think he's seeing Kunal might have an issue with the short ball.
Thinking. Intelligent bowling. End of the 4th over, 21 without any loss. Singapore United Club 1. Chasing 143 to win. Very important Pool A match of last man stands World Champs 2017.
So 16 overs to go, 120 to win. What's that? That's about 7.5. So what?
change in the bowling attack. Abul Hussain, left arm medium first, becoming to bowl. Manpreet Singh not out on 11 and Puran Khan not out on 9. So left-handed fast bowler. Brown, I believe.
Rifat, do you know why they've got a 1 at the end of their name? Singapore United 1.
Yeah, they've got 2 teams from Singapore United who plays in Singapore, Singapore United Club 1 and Singapore United Club 2. So Club 1 has made it to Cape Town.
Just straight onto the pads. Fine leg, very fine. I think that's the right field setting. That's the smallest boundary on the field.
Abul Hussain, 4 wickets in his last constance career so far. 26.25 average, 6.18 the economy.
So let's see what Kunal's going to do. I think this is going to be a big heave.
Very good delivery.
Oh, he's been given out. He doesn't look too happy about that one.
I think he was saying that he hit the tarp with his bat. Obviously, umpire had the best view. So success. Abul getting the breakthrough in his second ball.
So let's just have a look at the replay. See if we can pick up anything. Well, we can't tell from that.
I think maybe another angle.
Do you think we can maybe bring out Snickometer for the next World Champs, Rifa?
Yeah, definitely. We have made a lot of progress in this field over the years. In the last World Champs, compared to the last World Champs, previous one. This is the 5th World Champ, I believe, and we should be looking for more technology in the next World Champs. I believe it's in Australia.
That's
2019.
right. Yeah, well, technology is moving on at such a rapid pace, and hopefully there'll be a cost-effective solution for us to look at in those sort of situations. But I think with amateur cricket, it's always going to be hard to get what you get on Test match and ODIs and T20 internationals.
Right. Sabul getting the breakthrough in his first over. So a bit of variations in the team. Two right-arm fast bowlers, one left-arm.
Yeah, Hussain looks like he's got a very quick arm action. He looks deceiving. He just trundles in and then his arm comes over at a rapid rate, and I think it's a lot quicker than he looks like he's going to be.
So Dushyant Madhavan is the new batsman. 41.38 average, 125 strike rate. Slower delivery. Good thinking by the bowler.
Yeah, variation is important, but it's interesting. Charles Langeveld was talking last night in the question and answer session, and he said with this wicket you don't really need to try too many variations. The variations in the wicket itself. So sometimes just keeping it simple and hitting good areas is a good solution.
Very good over, very good over, Abir.
Very good over so far by Abul Hussain. Requires 118.
Oh, that's a really good ball. I think that's just jagged back in.
Yeah, so 2 wickets in his first over. What a beautiful delivery. I think there's some extra bounce which
I think he's getting it to drift in a little bit with the wind, but let's have a look at the replay. I just think that's coming off the wicket slightly. No, that's coming quite a bit. I think it's the inside edge.
dragged it back to the stump. So two quick wickets for Bengal Tayz.
Yeah, I think Mani Singh is definitely the key player. I can see why he's now playing quite conservatively. I think he knows that he's the key wicket and he's got to be trying to bat out the majority of the overs. Yeah.
spectators having chat with Anshul JC.
What breed of dogs is that, Rifat? Do you know your dogs?
Not so much. What is that, man?
I don't know. My two daughters want me to get a dog, but I'm not too good at dogs. But I'd go for sausage dog.
I think he was giving some tips to JC. And put it in the gap. Very good shot by Manpreet.
Yeah, not trying to overhit it. He's an intelligent player, man. Manfred, I've been very impressed with him today. With the ball, captaincy, batting. He knows where the gaps are. He just waits for the bad ball, and if it's a good ball, he just pushes for the single.
That's right. He made sure that it was in the gap rather than going for the wild view. Niloy Mahbub. Big bot again back into the attack. That was a very good delivery.
Yeah, good area. I think Manny will be a bit disappointed there. A little bit of width. I think if he had got bad on that, that would have been 4.
But this, I think there's some extra bounce
Yeah, a little bit of extra bounce, definitely.
that took him away.
I think he's just got to be careful bowling that line again to Manny. I don't think he'll miss out there again. Oh, well bowled. Very well
That's a
bowled.
good pace.
He's definitely changed up his pace there.
I think that's a big wicket.
That's a huge wicket. Surprised by Manny. I don't think he needed to come down the wicket there. He was going well. He just needed to keep doing what he was doing.
Very good bowling by Niloy. Mixing things up. Bowling one short, then pitching one up. I think
He's tried to work that across the line.
did he get an inside edge? Or
Not sure if there's too much edge. I think he was trying to pick out the gap between mid-on and square leg boundary there. But just playing across the line, he probably just needed to hit that one down to mid-on.
but definitely some swing, some in swing.
Yeah.
So the big wicket of Manpreet Singh gone for 17 of 17. Bowled Niloy Mahbub. Bengal Tayz should fancy their chances.
Yeah, no, they're definitely favourites now. I think it was pretty even until that delivery, but it's now put on a Bengal Tayz 80, I'd say 80% favourites, yeah.
New batsman Balaji was very successful with the ball today. Let's see what he can do with the bat. Inquiry slightly keeping. Balaji still in this format, just by 7 innings. Looking to improve on his average and strike rate. That was absolute gem of a delivery.
That's a great over there, great over.
What do you think of Niloy Mahbub?
I haven't seen much of him, but that over was really good. He mixed up his pace. You know, he's obviously a medium pacer, but every now and then he just put his back into it, and I think it's deceived the batsman. He looks like when he's running in, he's just trying to land, but he's definitely got a bit more pace about him than you'd think.
And bowled very well so far. Went for just 11 runs in 3 overs and picking up the all-important wicket of Manpreet Singh, the captain of Singapore United. So I think first time we see a spinner. To be honest, I'm very surprised. After the 2 wickets in the last over, surprised to see him.
What do you think this is? Do you think there's a bit of complacency and they're giving the guys a bowl? Do they think it's over, Rifat? What do you think?
Not really. I mean, Asif is a very good bowler.
Okay.
One of the, I think the best spinner in their side. They have got 3.
Okay.
Good spinner. I think trying something different.
Yeah, maybe they realise there's 3 wickets down, so the short boundaries maybe not going to be targeted. Now maybe they're trying to sneak in an over or 2 before the turn. Oh, that's really all bowled. Well, we can see why he was brought on to bowl now, Rifat.
That was absolute pitch of delivery.
I think he's got a bit of drift in the air with a bit of wind.
And I think there's definitely some extra bounce of the pitch. We have seen Niloy getting some extra bounce. Now the spinner's getting some bounce as well. See? Let's have a look at the replay.
Not just drifting in, he just beat him with the flight.
Very good delivery.
He just got the ball above the eye line.
So, Harkirat Singh out for golden tag, bowled Asif. I think Singapore is in spot of bother now. 29 for 4.
Well, they've still got Newton in the hatch at number 8. Newton is a man for a crisis, so I'm backing Newton to get 100 here for Singapore United.
That can be an innings to remember.
Now, I think in all seriousness, they're really going to be under pressure. They might even have to play for the bonus point, but you never know. One batsman could get going here.
Sorry, Govindan. So the next world champs. So they're definitely mixing things up. The captain of Bengal Tayz getting Abul back into the attack. Taking Niloy off, Niloy Mahbub off.
Okay, so he's certainly ringing the changes with the bowling, not letting the batsman settle in.
Push it for a single or leave it. I think Fortune didn't get an edge on that. Looking like a big ask now.
Yeah, I think the only chance they've got is Newton. Newton is the key.
The hopes of Singapore now lies in Newton.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the number 7 batsman bat. I've seen Newton bat. He's down to bat 8, and it's a very, very clever tactic. I think they're waiting for Bengal Tayz to be a bit complacent, and then Newton's going to come in and fire them to victory. For those of you that don't know, Singapore United had one player at the last minute who was not able to make it, and Chris Newton is over here on a holiday, and he's been drafted in to play for them. Chris is actually from England. Oh, that's a good shot. Just using the pace, running that down to third man.
End of the 8th over. And the good over by Abul Hussain. So the required run rate is now 9.
The run rate's not a problem. It's the wickets in hand. It just doesn't look like either of these two batsmen have got the power in them to clear the ropes. So I think this is really an uphill battle.
Great work by our stats and graphics guys, getting all the stats available for us instantly. Required run rate is 9 and over now. That definitely is something special from the remaining batsmen. Otherwise, their hopes of staying alive in the cup competition will be over.
Yeah, well, if they get knocked out in the group stage, they've got the plates. It's a 32-team tournament, 8 groups of 4. The top 2 from each group go through to the cup knockout, where there's a prize for the winners of $10,000. But the plate, there's lots to play for. The plate final will be live streamed, and that's going to be the curtain raiser to the cup final. So you never know. Maybe they've got ambitions of doing well in the plate, but I don't think they've given up yet. Let's just see. They've still got Newton to come. So let's see.
Nice flight on that. Batsmen not attempting anything big, just pushing it for a single. Very good work by the bowler himself.
Yeah, he's getting it to drift in with the wind. He's not trying to do too much off the pitch. He's just floating it up, then it's drifting into the pads.
That was definitely going down the leg.
I think the batsman, if I was at the crease here, I think the shot is the sweep shot. They've got fine leg up. There's a big gap at square leg. The ball's drifting into the pads. I think that's the release area. It was a bit of a quicker one there for myself.
The gap. Long boundary. Get it too.
So Sif's mixing up his pace nicely.
So is there any other competition from the cup and plate going on in this World Champs?
So on Tuesday, the Cow Corner Cup event starts, and the favourites for that event are Old Iraq from Australia. They tend to go very well in their first game, and then in their second game, it depends on how big their night was, and so we'll see. Sometimes they might do themselves in by one or two too many late nights. Other teams to look out for are the Milk Tarts. Bacon.
So interesting names out there, team names out there. And I want to get back to the actual competition name, Cow Corner Cups. That seems really interesting and fun.
Yeah, so Cow Corner Cup, there's 16 teams. It's the more social element of Last Man Stands. There's 4 groups of 4, and the top 2 teams from each group go through to the quarterfinals, and the bottom 2 from each group get to go and watch and have a few beers.
Yeah, that's great. Last Man Stands always focusing on the social side of the game. That's the beauty of Last Man Stands.
There will be 1 or 2 teams that still got some good players. Sagami's got a really good side. They could have actually entered the main event, but I think the skipper very competitive and he wants to get another trophy under his belt.
I believe this compost used to be called Happy Hitters.
Yeah, it used to be called Happy Hitters, but we rebranded it to Cow Corner Cup because a lot of balls tend to go to Cow Corner, and we just felt it was an easier way to explain what the tournament is about.
Really like the idea. From the keeper on that one. The game slowly going out of reach of Singapore United, and the 100 required is creeping above 10 and over.
They've still got Newton in the bank, 10 and over with Newton in the bank. You never know. Oh, good shot. That should be 2. Got to run the first one hard. Good running from Singapore United. these two haven't given up. The experiments of Govindan and Balaji, they just need to try and find a way to get a boundary or two here.
So that's the end of 10th over. Halfway through the innings of Singapore United, they're 42 for 4 after 10. They will need another 101 in the last 10 overs to get to keep their hopes alive in the cup competition. There we go. Look at the scorecard.
So you think if they lose this game, they're definitely knocked out? That'll be their second loss of the tournament.
This is the second loss. That would mean Bengal Tayz getting the first win, and that Bengal Tayz will be getting their second win, and they have to look at the result of other match there. That will mean they will have to look at Bengal Tayz beating Tanks Plumbing, and Tanks Plumbing also losing again Bruins.
Yeah. That's unlikely set of results, that.
The bowlers, most of them very successful. There's a change in bowling.
Off spinner.
Anjum JC, off spinner, right arm off hit.
You can see they've waited for the change of end to bring him on.
That's right. I think that should be the standard tactics by all the teams playing in this ground until we move on to the strip further down this side from where we are commentating.
Yeah, so if you're watching from the batsman's end on the square leg side, on the leg side, there's another strip that's going to be, the pitch is going to be moved to there in a few days. And the strip we're playing on now needs a bit of water. There's a drought in Cape Town, so as we watch Jesse coming to bowl again, yeah. Just pushed away on the offside.
The pitch was much greener yesterday. Looks like.
Yeah, it's already dried out. The wind and the heat is going to mean that the teams that have got spinners in their armour are going to be able to be more versatile. You can't just have 5 seamers. You definitely need at least 1 spinner.
So that can be good news for the subcontinent side.
Definitely. Subcontinent sides will be used to turning wickets.
So, what do you think are other good sides from Pakistan and India?
I haven't seen too many of the sides from Pakistan yet. I know Custom Cricket Company (CCC), they've got a few handy spinners. So they arrived late last night. They were one of the last teams to arrive, all the way from Mumbai. Diggy Katiwada and his team, great set of guys, and we wish them the best in the tournament. Another team that arrived late last night was the Roaring Lions from UAE. We mustn't underestimate them. Deepak Nicholas is the captain, and he's
legend.
Yeah, he's selected to represent United Arab Emirates in the World Series next year in England.
And there's an actual very interesting stats I must give you, that he's the only player who is the #1 ranked batsman and the bowler of his country in last man stands, and probably chosen as the skipper.
And just pushed away. Yeah, I've been impressed with Bengal Tayz bowling lineup. They've really got no weak links here.
And they have a 6th bowler, their captain, who is very good as well. So they definitely got a strong bowling lineup. The captain, that's very very lazy from the batsman out there.
Government, he looked a bit tired. I think he just wants to get Newton to the crease there. Do you think he thought the keeper had missed that, or what happened there? He just walked out his crease.
I think he didn't watch the ball.
I think it was a wide. It went between the
keeper didn't. Keeper didn't even had it in his first try. So another success for Arifur Asif. Arivan Govindan out 10 of 13 balls, stumped Sabik Hussain. Bowled Arifur Asif.
So Rifat, do you know any other games that are going on at the moment? Tech Republic, who they up against today?
They're playing against the Langa CC, the development side, I believe. 145 in YMCA, sorry, Gary Kirsten Oval. That's just right next to us. So Richie Tauja, 15 innings so far, very young, the youngest member of the side, only 16. So they have definitely kept Newton.
Yeah, now Newton's a really big hitter of the ball. He's known to take some tacks apart. So I think his last game he played, I think he got 60 in 4 overs. So this game's not over.
So weight of the whole nation depends on an Englishman.
Yeah, he's a really good cricketer. He can bowl a bit of off spin. He's a good keeper. He can do everything, Newton.
But usually in international cricket, we are used to seeing the other way around. English teams looking at South Africans, Pakistani guys carrying their team.
No, I think it's all changed.
It's just the other way around here today.
No, I think Newton, he was up early this morning, very determined to put in a good performance as the overseas player for Singapore.
Where in England is Newton from?
He's from a small town called Port Sunlight. He plays for a cricket club called Port Sunlight on the Wirral.
Is it close to Liverpool?
Yeah, Wirral's basically Merseyside region. He's a big Everton fan.
I was having a great banter with him earlier in the day. It's the Merseyside derby today, the Premier League.
I heard you had some money on Everton winning that game, Rifat.
I'm not a betting person, but you know that I'd never do that even in my dreams.
Who do you support?
You know that I'm a big Liverpool fan.
Okay.
They're gonna win 5-0 today.
Okay.
Which team do you support in the Premier League?
Depends who's asking, Rifat. I live in the Merseyside region as well. I don't support Everton or Liverpool. The team I support is quite controversial in those parts of the world, so I think you can work that out.
Yeah, I think Neighbour City, one of the teams from the Neighbour City, I believe is the more annoying one.
No, I don't support Man City.
No?
You said the more annoying one. I don't support Man City.
I think the other one is more annoying to me.
Ooh, just pushed away for one. So there's still a bonus point, or 2 bonus points to play for Singapore United Cricket Club. So although it looks like this game's over from a win point of view,
So
what do they need to get the bonus point, Jerry?
So they need 140, and Bengal Tayz need to restrict them under 130. So still, 140 looks like a big ask, unless Newton.
Right, Newton, as I said, in his last game he hit 60 or 4 overs, so this game's not over.
So they requires another 90 to win of 35 balls.
Yeah.
Let's start up from our.
I think if Newton gets to the crease in the next over 2, this game's back on.
But they need him in the middle as soon as possible. Inside edge onto the pads. Who's the bowler you have been most impressed with so far from Bengal Tayz?
They've all been good. The spinner Sif looks really good. The drift he gets in the air is impressive. Hossain's got a quick arm action. They don't seem to have a weak link, and normally to win a tournament like this you have to have 5 bowlers that can do the job.
Yes, that's right.
And also got to be backed up by a tactically aware captain, and they definitely have that. Brought the field up now. He realizes the batsmen are heading into the wind on the onside. Oh, that's a great shot. Released a bit of pressure there.
Wide outside Austin. Chance. He's Ruchit, the youngster. Very good shot by him.
Kept his head nice and still there.
Yes, very good technique there. I was very impressed with him in Malaysia as well. Very confident, very brave.
How old did you say he's again? 16?
Yeah, he's only 16. Very nice lad. Nice boy.
So a nice opportunity for him to come all the way from Singapore to Cape Town.
Yeah, he's very passionate. His parents as well, very passionate about the game.
That was another good shot. He's hit that cleanly. Oh, that's unlucky. That's superb fielding. Who was that out there, Rifat?
Samjim Jesse.
Jesse. Yeah, he's very athletic.
Very good feeling.
Oh, and here's the big moment. Newton, sponsored by his friend Nitin. He's, it looks like he's got some left-handed gloves on out there. I don't know what's happening there.
As we were saying, the weight of the whole nation, Singapore, now lies on an Englishman.
I think he's looking to play the reverse sweep, but I can't understand why he'd have left-hand gloves on there. I think he's looking to target the short boundaries. A little bit arrogant, because Newton at times.
Very predetermined. So batsman usually provides, when a bowler comes to bowl, he's improvising from the dugout.
Yeah. So he went into the shop below, and I think he bought a pair of left-handed gloves, and he said he's going to play a few reverse sweeps here. So let's see what he's got.
So Bengal Tayz looks like they'll be the first team to qualify for the knockout, half knockouts, 2 win out of 2. If they can get through this one.
Yeah, I still think they're going to be in trouble in the next game, Rifat. What do you think?
Tanks Plumbing.
Against the world number 1, Tanks Plumbing.
Well, I haven't seen Tanks Plumbing, to be honest. That should be a very good game. What do you think? You were saying that could have been a one-sided.
No, I think they're going to be up against it. Bangladesh conditions very different to South African conditions. I think the local sides, if I was a betting man, which I am, I'd be putting my money on them.
Thanks, Plumbing. So it should be interesting. But I believe it won't be as straightforward as you thought before the start of the game, before you watched Bengal Tayz bowling. And still, Tanks Plumbing would be favourite, playing in familiar conditions. I think if it's as windy as it was yesterday, that would be very tough for Bengal Tayz.
Oh, Newton just luring them in. He's not normally a guy who blocks his first ball. That's a bit surprising there.
I think he has got he was telling me that he got a smaller shirt.
No, he's,
medium size one.
yeah. He's been doing a lot of gym in the off season. You can see his biceps. He's been working hard.
But he's got the kit of Nitin, I'd say. Is that his nickname or Nitin Newton?
I think he's sponsored his friend who was not able to make this tournament. He's got a friend called Nitin, and Nitin sponsored him a shirt. I'm not so sure what's happened here. Why Newton's playing so conservatively here. See, he's looking to do the reverse sweep.
I think he's just trying to give Bengal Tayz guys a chance here. He'll go full guns from the 16th over, I believe.
Yeah.
Or from the 7th.
Well, they need, how much do they need? 80 off 5.
I think that's enough for him. 5 overs to get 80.
We'll have to see. Maybe if a spinner comes on.
So yeah, the spinner Asif is back with the attack. So Singapore United Club won, only 3 batsmen getting to the double figures. Manpreet Singh top scoring with 17.
Yeah, they just struggled to get going. Really good bowling lineup. There's a bit of variation in the pitch, so I think Manpreet Singh was the key wicket, and once he got out, I think it was really probably the end of the chances for Singapore United.
Yeah, that was the key wicket, bowled by Abul Hussain. Was that,
Oh, Newton looking to get off strike, been sent back.
was that an edge?
No, I'm not sure. I think the keeper just missed it. So who's in the next game? In fact, what's the next game?
It's the Rebels, the number 2 ranked side of the world, playing against
The Southwest Bandits. They're from England.
captained by Lee Nestling, I believe.
Yeah, Neil Estlin is a experienced campaigner. He's famous for having 666 on his back with the initials or with the nickname Lipstick.
Another member of his team, Manoj Oswal, one of the legend of Last Man Stands.
Manoj Oswald's a huge legend of Last Man Stands. He's played for about 50 teams in the Last Man Stands all over the world. He travels to all our events and he's a big supporter.
He's a very good friend.
He's a good friend. He's
He's an absolute amazing person.
a lovely guy. And he's a handy bowler.
I'd say more than handy.
Yeah.
He's a very decent bowler and bat as well. Been playing LMS, I think, since 2008.
So tell me, Rifat, the Bangladesh sides, have they got any sightseeing trips planned while they're in Cape Town?
Yeah, I think so. I think they have got break day, rest day on the 13th and 12th as well, because both the teams will have their group game matches finished by tomorrow. So they'll have 2 rest days if both of them are through.
Okay.
Czech Republic looks like they will. I mean, after beating the top seeded teams in their group, second 11 yesterday, they look favourite to go.
Oh, that's a superb shot by Newton. I think the captain's giving him the signal there. This could get interesting.
I think Abed Thamal should be very careful now, the captain of Bengal Tayz.
Look at that. That's class. Just gave himself some room.
That was a bit like Virat Kohli, I think. Pushing it for a single.
So Jesse is into his 3rd over.
Yeah, he's got 2 wickets so far.
He's a good all-round cricketer. Handy batsman, very, very good in the field. Oh, he bowled the leggy there. That's the other one.
I was a bit surprised to see the captain not bringing himself to attack today. He's a very good off-spinner as well. So they've got actually 6 very good bowlers. Which is a luxury.
I think you need 6 bowlers in this format. There's always one bowler that comes under pressure.
He's bowling medium fast this one.
Oh, Newton, very clever shot by Newton there.
Bit of complacency by Jesse here. Off spin, leg spin, and now right arm Seema.
Just running that off the face. Some people say that is an edge, but Newton definitely ran that off the face. I've seen him do that before.
He definitely knew what he was doing. So the one earlier in the was like Virat Kohli. That was, I think, if you remember, the Pakistani legend Mohammad Yusuf used to play those type of deliberate outside edge for the keeper.
Yeah. Now Newton's got a lot of experience. He's actually, believe it or not, he's got a kid on the way, which is very exciting for him. He's going to be a father for the first time in a few months' time. So
Good luck.
I know his wife Daisy, or his wife to be Daisy, and him are a great couple, and I know they're very much looking forward to the arrival of the new baby.
So 66 record of 15 balls. Yasin, the tall fast bowler, is back to the attack. So with that win, if looks like Bengal Tayz they'll be on 18 of after 2 matches, 18 points. Do you think they're definitely through?
Yeah, I think they're definitely through. It's going to be a shootout for the top spot in the group between, watch this ball, Newton just pushes it away for one. I think it's going to be a shootout to see who tops the group between Frank's Tank and Bengal Tayz.
Thanks, Plumbing.
Yeah, I keep getting the tanks mixed up. My brother plays for a side called Frank's Tanks in London.
Yeah, I know them. They're very nice guys. David Legren, Linda.
Oh, that's a great shot, just using the pace. So these two showing a bit of fight, putting a respectable score on the board for Singapore United now.
So Balaji taking a leap out of the book of Chris Newton.
So how much do they need to get the bonus point? Because
114.
very good match we've had. So what that's 80% of 141.
142,
okay.
So less than 80%. Still there.
Just sent back by Newton.
Yeah, Newton wants to have.
I think he's got the signal from the captain. Let's watch this next ball closely, because I think this could be clearing the ropes. I'm going for over mid-off. Oh, we're just struggling with the timing there. Jesse, great fielding from Jesse.
Shy at the stumps.
It was the run out was on there. I think he is definitely worth a try at the stumps there.
What impressed with Jesse in the field?
Yeah, he's been probably one of the best fielders we've seen in the first 2 days on this field. So 2 overs to go, and this game's over from a point of view of the actual win, but there's still the bonus point opportunity for Singapore United.
They need 28 runs in 2 overs. So 28 runs now in 9 balls. They have to get the 2 extra points.
And they won't want to finish last in the group, so they want to play for that 3rd spot now, and the bonus points could be key, so which could give them a favourable draw in the plate competition.
Right.
Okay.
That's cleaned him up.
Good luck, Babalaji, though. 25. Adding some respectability to the Singapore United score.
He was very good with the ball. Chris Newton will now bat on his own. Last man stands.
Yeah, so the teams to watch out for. There's Venora. We mentioned Thanks Plumbing. We mentioned Rebels. LSE Legends from Pakistan. Anyone else that's caught your eye, Rifat?
I think FTS Stallions from England.
Yes, they're really good side.
And the other side, TFC from England, they're quite good as well.
Very good side.
These 2 sides.
CT Warriors from Cape Town. Cape Town Warriors, they're also impressive outfit.
I think plenty of Asian teams.
Well, Newton pushes away and he's pulled out fitness talent there. 2 years ago, I think he would have taken 2 there.
I think he will go for a big one this time. Not interested in running.
Yeah, I don't think he must back himself on the 2s. He needs to clear the ropes. Here we go. Let's see the fitness. Oh, my money. Oh, misfield.
Rare misfield by Jesse. The last person you'd have expected.
I think Newton's trying to prove me wrong there. He wants to show he's still got some athleticism in him.
Has he got a headphone on, listening to your commentary?
So last over coming up.
So he looks a bit exhausted with the double.
He was selling raffle tickets late last night at 1 in the morning, and then he was up at 7:30 doing sprints with Singapore United. Very good warm-up session. Cracking shot, but straight to the fielder.
So almost coming to an end of this match. So which players caught your eye in this game?
So the left arm spinner, Asif, he looks like he's going to be someone when the going gets tough in the later rounds in the knockout stages. He could be a go-to bowler. The skipper, he's really got a lot of firepower at the bat, technically very good in the field as well. From Singapore United, Manpreet Singh, who's going to be captaining. Or can Newton? Oh, Newton's back for a second.
Well done, Newton.
Yeah, I think Manpreet Singh, he looks like he's got the potential to be one of the players of the tournament. Unfortunately, his team's going out of the main event, but in the play competition, I think he could be a key player. Oh, we saw him coming. Newton just, I think he lost the sight of that one.
Bowler apologizing. Newton.
He didn't show any pain there. He didn't rub it. He's a tough man.
He is a tough cookie. Last man standing, Chris Newton.
The last ball, yeah. Is this the last one?
No, I think one more.
Okay. Two to come.
Lower one.
Oh, I think he's gone, yeah. Amani's on the ball. He's gone. Oh, and the keeper fumbles it.
What have you done, Sabi?
And that's the end of the run chase. I think he was worried about getting hit on the back again then, Newton.
So Singapore United 92 for 7 in their 20 overs. Bengal Tayz winning by 51 runs. That's a comprehensive victory in the end. Very good with the ball.
I think from what I've seen there, I feel a better bowling team than they are a batting team. Well, strategically, they got it spot on in the field. I think in the batting, maybe at times they needed another guy to play the foil role. I think they can maybe run the risk in future games of getting blown out for low scores if every player comes hard. So maybe as their mentor, Rifat, you could give them a bit of advice. Maybe need one or two guys to play a more of a steady lock like Jesse, but they definitely are one of the contenders for this tournament.
Definitely with this bowling lineup, and if let's have a look at the scorecard. Chris Newton top scoring with 20. No, it's the second highest scorer. Kaushik Balaji is the top scorer, 25. Newton 20. Manpreet Singh getting 17.
So where does this leave the table now, Rifat?
So Bengal Tayz 2 out of 2. So they're now at the top of Pool A, with Tanks Plumbing playing on just one game. So it should be a very interesting game at YMC Oval tomorrow between Tanks Plumbing and. So the Niloy Mahbub, Arifur Asif and Abul Hassan each picking up 2 wickets each. Yasin Bhuya and Jesse.
Yeah, that's impressive figures there from Arifur Asif. He's certainly going to be a bowler to look out for in the later stages of the tournament. I think he gets a lot of drift. There's a lot of wind in Cape Town. That's going to be a factor, and he gets it up above the eye-line and it lets the ball do the rest. Not a big turn of the ball, but you don't need to be turning the ball huge amounts to be effective, and I think he's going to be a player that we've all got to watch out for later in the tournament. So the next game is going to be between Rebels and the Southwest Bandits. Rebels are the overriding favourites for that. I think Southwest Bandits are going to be under a bit of pressure. But
so this is the match summary. Bengal Tayz winning the toss, batting first, 142 for 5 after 20 overs. Abed Tamal top scoring with 40. Jesse and Yasin Bhuya getting 23 each, Manpreet Singh and Kaushik Balaji 2 wickets each. So Singapore United all out for 92 for 7 after 20 overs. Bengal Tayz winning by 50 runs. We'll be back shortly with the match between Southwest Bandits and Rebels from Pool B. Goodbye till then.